What if the stories you've heard about the past were more than just tales? What if they held secrets too chilling to ignore? Throughout history, myths and legends have seeped into every corner of human culture, weaving their way through ancient whispers, campfire tales, and even modern-day mysteries. These stories aren't just figments of imagination. They are reflections of our deepest fears, hopes, and the unknown. Today, we're about to unravel 50 of the most spine-tingling and enigmatic myths and legends that have stood the test of time, haunting the edges of history and captivating generations. From creatures lurking in the shadows to curses, haunted relics, and cities swallowed by time, these tales bridge the gap between fact and folklore. So, get ready to dive into a world where history meets the uncanny, because what you're about to uncover will challenge everything you thought you knew. Stay with us as this journey will leave you questioning the boundaries between reality and the supernatural. Now turning to the myth of the Loch Ness Monster, we find ourselves in the misty highlands of Scotland, where the deep, dark waters of Loch Ness have been home to one of the most enduring legends in history. The tale begins in the 6th century with accounts from a biography of Saint Columba, who is said to have encountered a water beast near the River Ness that had attacked a swimmer. This early mention set the stage for centuries of fascination. Fast forward to the 20th century, and in 1934, the world was captivated by the infamous surgeon's photograph, showing a serpentine neck and head rising from the murky depths. This image became iconic despite later claims that it was a hoax. Over the years, countless expeditions have sought to uncover the truth, employing sonar technology, underwater cameras, and even satellite imagery, yet the mystery remains unsolved. From theories of a prehistoric plesiosaur or to suggestions of underwater currents playing tricks on the eyes, science has yet to provide conclusive answers. Beyond the speculation, Nessie has become a cultural phenomenon, drawing tourists from across the globe and inspiring books, movies, and endless debates. This legend isn't just about a creature, it is a symbol of the unknown, a testament to how mystery and curiosity can transcend generations. Moving forward, we delve into another tale that has captured imaginations for millennia, the story of the Lost City of Atlantis. Now turning to the legend of the Lost City of Atlantis, we dive into the vivid account given by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. Described in his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, Atlantis was a powerful and advanced civilization said to exist over 9,000 years before his time. Plato wrote of a vast island, rich with resources and technology far ahead of its era, but its people's hubris ultimately led to their downfall. According to the story, the gods punished Atlantis for its arrogance by submerging it beneath the waves in a single catastrophic day and night. Ever since, the tale has sparked endless fascination and debate. Scholars and explorers alike have speculated over the true location of Atlantis, with suggestions ranging from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean and even Antarctica. While archaeological evidence has yet to confirm its existence, some believe Plato's story could have been inspired by real events, such as the volcanic eruption that destroyed the Minoan civilization on the island of Santorini. Others see it as purely allegorical, a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and moral decay. Beyond academia, Atlantis has captured the imagination of writers, filmmakers, and adventurers, appearing in countless novels, films, and animated series. Its allure lies not just in the possibility of an ancient sunken kingdom, but in what it represents, a reflection of human ambition and the mysteries that still lie beneath the oceans. From this ancient enigma, we now sail into the chilling whispers of curses that echo through time with the story of the curse of Tutankhamun's tomb. Now turning to the tale of the curse of Tutankhamun's tomb, we step back to the year 1922, when British archaeologist Howard Carter uncovered the final resting place of the young Egyptian pharaoh. Hidden in the Valley of the Kings for over 3,000 years, the tomb was a treasure trove of artifacts, astonishingly well preserved and unparalleled in historical significance. The discovery brought worldwide fame, but it also sparked ominous rumors of an ancient curse. Whispers began swirling after the sudden death of Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's financial backer, who succumbed to an infection mere months after the tomb's opening. Sensational headlines claimed this was the wrath of the pharaoh, citing an inscription allegedly found in the tomb warning that death will come on swift wings to those who disturb the king's peace. Although no such inscription was definitively documented, the narrative of a curse quickly took hold, fueled by a series of seemingly inexplicable deaths among those connected to the excavation. For instance, George J. Good, a visitor to the site, died of a fever shortly after, and Arthur Mace, who worked on the dig, also passed away unexpectedly. Yet, many skeptics argue that these deaths were coincidental, pointing out that Howard Carter himself lived for over a decade after the discovery without incident. Modern research has also offered scientific explanations, such as the possibility of exposure to ancient mold or bacteria within the sealed tomb. While no concrete evidence supports the existence of a curse, the story endures, captivating imaginations and blending history with the supernatural. From this chilling legend, we now shift our focus to a phantom ship that has captured the world's maritime lore, the tale of the Flying Dutchman. Now turning to the tale of the Flying Dutchman, we venture into the mysterious and treacherous waters of maritime folklore. This ghostly ship is said to be cursed to sail the seas for eternity, never to make port, and often appearing as an ominous warning to sailors. The legend is believed to have originated in the 17th century, a time when tales of the sea were shrouded in superstition. According to one of the most enduring versions of the story, the captain of the Flying Dutchman, often identified as a man named Hendrik van der Decken, defied a violent storm near the Cape of Good Hope and swore he would round the perilous point, even if it took him forever. His hubris enraged the heavens, and as punishment, he and his ship were condemned to roam the oceans endlessly. Over the centuries, sailors have reported sightings of the spectral vessel, describing its glowing or ghostly appearance on the horizon during storms or foggy nights. These sightings have often been seen as a harbinger of doom, warning mariners of impending disaster. The tale of the Flying Dutchman has also deeply embedded itself in popular culture, inspiring operas, novels, and films, most notably in modern interpretations like the pirate-themed movie franchises where the ship and its cursed crew play prominent roles. Whether as a cautionary tale of defying nature's wrath or an enduring symbol of the mysterious expanses of the sea, the story of the Flying Dutchman continues to fascinate and unsettle. As we leave the spectral seas behind, we now journey to the dark forests of Germany, where the eerie legend of the Pied Piper of Hamelin awaits. Moving forward, we find ourselves in the town of Hamelin, nestled in the heart of Germany, where the unsettling tale of the Pied Piper has haunted imaginations for centuries. The story tells of a mysterious figure clad in vibrant, almost otherworldly attire, who arrived in the year 1284 to rid the town of its overwhelming rat infestation. Armed with nothing but a pipe, the stranger played a mesmerizing tune that led the rats to their watery demise in the nearby river Weser. However, when the townsfolk refused to pay him the promised reward, the piper sought a chilling form of retribution. On June 26th, as the town's adults were gathered in church, he returned and played his pipe once more. This time, the enchanting melody entranced the children of Hamelin, leading nearly 130 of them out of the town and into a cave never to be seen again. Historians have long debated the origins of this haunting tale. Some speculate it may be a symbolic account of a tragic event, such as a plague or mass migration, while others suggest it could refer to the recruitment of children for military campaigns or religious pilgrimages. The unsettling nature of the story has inspired countless interpretations in art and literature, from medieval stained glass windows and tapestries to modern retellings in poetry, plays, and even animated films. Regardless of its origins, the legend of the Pied Piper endures as a powerful cautionary tale, warning against the dangers of broken promises and the mysterious pull of the unknown. With the eerie echoes of the piper's haunting melody still lingering, we now set our sights on the New World, where the search for the mythical golden city of El Dorado has lured adventurers into treacherous and uncharted territories. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we ventured deep into the heart of the New World, where the tantalizing legend of El Dorado ignited the imaginations of explorers and adventurers alike. El Dorado, often depicted as a golden city of unimaginable wealth, traces its origins to the tales of a gilded king from the Muisca civilization in present-day Colombia. According to these stories, this king would cover himself in gold dust before submerging into the sacred lake Guatavita as part of an offering ritual to the gods. Spanish conquistadors, driven by greed and dreams of glory, interpreted these accounts as evidence of a city overflowing with riches. What began as whispers of a golden king evolved into elaborate myths of an entire kingdom adorned in gold, hidden somewhere in the uncharted wilderness of South America. Fueled by these stories, expeditions were launched across treacherous landscapes, from dense jungles to high mountain ranges. Figures like Francisco de Orellana and Sir Walter Raleigh staked their reputations and lives in their relentless pursuit of this fabled realm. El Dorado became not just a quest for wealth, but a symbol of the human spirit's insatiable appetite for discovery, ambition, and the unknown. However, these journeys often ended in failure, tragedy, or even death, as adventurers succumbed to disease, starvation, or conflicts with indigenous peoples. Despite centuries of searching, the Golden City was never found, leaving many to believe it was nothing more than a potent metaphor or a misinterpretation of indigenous cultural practices. Yet, this enduring legend continues to captivate modern minds, serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the allure of myths that promise the unattainable. As the shadows of El Dorado fade into the dense forests of history, our path now leads us to a mysterious stretch of ocean that has baffled sailors and aviators for generations, surrounded by tales of disappearances and inexplicable phenomena. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we venture into the enigmatic waters of the Bermuda Triangle, a region shrouded in mystery and speculation. This vast stretch of ocean, forming a triangle between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has gained an infamous reputation as a site of unexplained disappearances involving ships, aircraft, and entire crews. Stories of strange occurrences date back to the 15th century when Christopher Columbus reportedly noted unusual compass readings and mysterious lights in the area. Over the centuries, this legend has grown, capturing the imagination of sailors, pilots, and storytellers alike. Among the most well-known incidents is the disappearance of Flight 19 in 1945, where 5 military planes on a training mission vanished without a trace, along with the rescue plane sent to find them. Another chilling case involves the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship that disappeared in 1918 with over 300 men aboard, leaving no wreckage or distress signals. These and other stories have inspired a multitude of theories attempting to unravel the mystery. Some suggest natural phenomena such as rogue waves, methane gas eruptions, or magnetic anomalies that could interfere with navigation. Others propose more fantastical explanations, ranging from the idea of time warps to extraterrestrial involvement or submerged lost civilizations. However, skeptics argue that the Bermuda Triangle's reputation is largely a result of overhyped tales and inaccuracies, noting that statistically, the number of incidents in the area is no greater than in any other heavily traveled part of the ocean. Despite these rational explanations, the Bermuda Triangle remains an enduring symbol of the unknown, fueling curiosity and sparking debate. Whether seen as a hotspot for supernatural activity or simply an area prone to sensationalism, the mystery continues to hold a unique place in our collective imagination. As we leave these mysterious waters behind, our journey shifts toward a figure from Slavic folklore, a being as mysterious as she is powerful, dwelling deep within an enchanted forest. Now turning to the shadowy realm of Slavic folklore, we encounter Baba Yaga, a figure both feared and revered in equal measure. This enigmatic witch-like being is often depicted as an old woman with a frightening appearance, living deep within the forest in a hut that stands on chicken legs, constantly spinning to face those who dare approach. Baba Yaga's dual nature is one of the most fascinating aspects of her legend. In some stories, she plays the role of a villain, luring unsuspecting victims into her home to meet a grim fate. Yet in other tales, she serves as a guide or helper, providing wisdom, magical tools, or assistance to those who are brave enough to seek her out and clever enough to answer her riddles or complete her challenging task. This complexity reflects her symbolic meaning as a representation of nature itself, unpredictable, harsh, yet capable of nurturing those who respect and understand it. Beyond her role in traditional folklore, Baba Yaga has left a lasting mark on modern depictions of witches and magical beings. Her eerie, otherworldly nature and her tendency to straddle the line between good and evil have inspired countless adaptations in literature, film, and art. Characters like the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz, and even some portrayals of fairy tale witches like those in Hansel and Gretel carry echoes of Baba Yaga's essence. Through her stories, she continues to intrigue and challenge our perceptions of morality, power, and the unknown. As the sun rises on the next chapter of our journey, we shift focus to another mysterious entity, one that spread fear and fascination in the Appalachian region of the United States during the 20th century. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we arrive in the Appalachian Hills of West Virginia, where the legend of the Mothman took flight during the 1960s. Described as a humanoid figure with glowing red eyes and enormous wings, the Mothman first made headlines when two young couples reported encountering the creature near an abandoned World War II munitions factory known as the Tinti area. Their terrifying account described it as a winged being capable of soaring through the skies at incredible speeds, chasing their car along the dark countryside roads. This sighting was quickly followed by dozens of similar reports, with witnesses describing feelings of dread and unease whenever the Mothman appeared. The story of the Mothman became even more chilling when it was linked to the tragic collapse of the Silver Bridge in December 1967. The bridge connecting Point Pleasant, West Virginia to Gallipolis, Ohio, suddenly gave way during rush hour, sending 46 people to their deaths. Some locals claim to have seen the Mothman near the bridge in the days leading up to the disaster, fueling theories that it might be a harbinger of doom, warning of impending catastrophe. Others speculated about its origins, with interpretations ranging from an undiscovered cryptid to an extraterrestrial being, or even a spirit from another realm. Skeptics, on the other hand, suggest that the Mothman could be explained by misidentifications, potentially of a large bird such as a sandhill crane or a barred owl, its distinctive features exaggerated by fear and imagination. Regardless of its true nature, the Mothman has become a fixture of local folklore, inspiring books, movies, and an annual festival in Point Pleasant that draws thousands of visitors eager to explore the mystery. Its story continues to fascinate as we transition to the next legend, a monstrous creature from the depths of the sea that has terrified sailors for centuries. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we plunge into the dark, uncharted waters of Norse mythology, where the Kraken, a sea monster of unimaginable proportions, has haunted the dreams of sailors for centuries. Described as a creature so massive it could mimic an island, the Kraken was said to lie in wait beneath the ocean's surface, using its gigantic tentacles to drag entire ships and their crews to a watery grave. These tales were not just idle speculation, they were warnings passed down among seafaring communities, emphasizing the mysterious and often unforgiving nature of the sea. Some depictions even suggested the Kraken could create devastating whirlpools capable of sinking the largest vessels, adding to its legend as the ultimate maritime predator. While the exact origins of the Kraken myth remain uncertain, many believe it may have been inspired by sightings of giant squids, elusive creatures that can reach lengths of up to 40 feet and inhabit the deep ocean. These rare encounters, coupled with the isolation and danger faced by sailors, may have fueled stories that transformed a remarkable animal into a terrifying legend. Over time, the Kraken's image has been cemented in maritime folklore, not just as a danger to sailors but as a symbol of the untamed power of the sea. Its legend has endured through the ages, inspiring countless works of literature, art, and modern pop culture, from epic tales to blockbuster films. But as the waves settle and the tale of the Kraken drifts into the horizon, we now steer our course toward another enduring legend, one that emerges from the icy corridors of the North American forests, embodying both fear and caution. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we step into the frozen landscapes of North America, where the Algonquian legend of the Wendigo has long cast a chilling shadow over the snow-covered forests. This sinister entity, described as a gaunt, skeletal figure with glowing eyes and an insatiable hunger, is said to embody the darkest aspects of human greed and desperation. In indigenous lore, the Wendigo is not merely a monster but a cautionary tale, a spirit born from the harsh realities of winter and the struggles for survival. It is believed to prey on humans, driving them to commit acts of cannibalism in times of extreme famine, thus transforming them into Wendigos themselves. The legend serves as a profound warning against excessive greed and selfishness, as those who succumb to such vices are said to fall under the Wendigo's curse. Symbolically, the Wendigo represents the destructive nature of unchecked desire, a theme that resonates across cultures and time. Beyond its role in myth, the Wendigo has made its mark in modern horror fiction, inspiring countless stories, films, and television series. Its terrifying presence continues to captivate audiences, standing as a reminder of the fragile line between humanity and monstrosity. As the icy breath of the Wendigo fades into the distance, we now venture to the storied halls of England, where the ghosts of the Tower of London stand watch, keeping centuries of history and whispers of the past alive. Now turning to the haunted corridors of England's infamous Tower of London, we uncover a history steeped in darkness and restless spirits. For over 1,000 years, this fortress has stood as a silent witness to executions, imprisonments, and betrayals, leaving behind an eerie legacy of ghostly tales. Among the most famous apparitions is that of Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated second wife of King Henry VIII, who was executed within the tower's walls. Her headless figure is said to wander the grounds, clutching her severed head in a spectral display of her tragic end. Then there are the princes in the tower, Edward V and his younger brother Richard, whose mysterious disappearance in the late 1500s continues to haunt English history. Many visitors claim to have felt their presence or heard the faint whispers of children in the cold, stone passages. Other accounts speak of Lady Jane Grey, the 9 Days Queen, whose sorrowful spirit is said to appear near the site of her execution, and the ghost of Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury, who is believed to reenact her brutal death in a chilling spectral loop. The tower's Bloody Tower and White Tower are hotspots for these paranormal encounters, with guards and visitors alike reporting inexplicable chills and shadowy figures. These tales have cemented the Tower of London as a cornerstone of England's haunted folklore, drawing both history enthusiasts and paranormal seekers from around the globe. With the echoes of its spectral inhabitants still lingering, our next step takes us deeper into Latin America, where the blood-curdling legend of the Chupacabra awaits. Moving forward to the rugged landscapes of Latin America, we find ourselves face to face with one of the region's most chilling and bizarre legends, the Chupacabra. This elusive creature, whose name translates to goat sucker, is infamous for preying upon livestock, leaving behind lifeless bodies drained of blood. The tale of the Chupacabra first gained widespread attention in the mid-1990s when reports from Puerto Rico described a strange being with spines along its back, glowing red eyes and sharp fangs. Soon after, sightings began pouring in from Mexico, the United States, and beyond, each account adding new details to the ever-morphing descriptions of the beast. Some describe it as a reptilian creature with leathery skin, while others envision it more like a hairless dog or coyote, often with exaggerated features. Theories about the Chupacabra's origins are as wild and varied as the creature itself. Some speculate it could be an undiscovered species, a mutant born from experiments gone awry, or even an extraterrestrial visitor. Attempts to capture the Chupacabra have sparked intense hunts, yet no definitive evidence has ever been found. Skeptics argue that the creature may be a product of superstition or a misidentified animal, often pointing to diseases like mange that alter the appearance of known species. Despite this, the Chupacabra remains a powerful symbol of fear and mystery in popular culture, inspiring movies, books, and countless debates. Whether real or imagined, it continues to haunt the minds of those who dare to wander the dark hills and forests where its legend thrives. As we leave behind the shadowy figure of the Chupacabra, we journey next to the mystic waters of Arthurian legend, where the enigmatic Lady of the Lake awaits. Now turning to the ethereal realm of Arthurian legend, we encounter the enigmatic Lady of the Lake, a figure who weaves together magic, loyalty, and betrayal. Revered as a powerful sorceress, she is most famously known for presenting King Arthur with the mighty sword Excalibur, a weapon that symbolized his divine right to rule and the strength of his kingdom. Yet her presence in the legend is far more complex than this singular act of generosity. Depending on the version of the tale, the Lady of the Lake takes on various identities, often portrayed as wise and benevolent, but at times as cunning and manipulative. She is said to have raised Lancelot, one of Arthur's most loyal knights, in her mystical underwater realm, effectively shaping his destiny as a central figure in Arthur's court. However, her role in Arthur's story is not without shadows. In some accounts, the very sword she gave to him becomes intertwined with his ultimate downfall, symbolizing the fleeting nature of power and the costs of ambition. The Lady of the Lake has also been depicted as a tragic figure, one embroiled in the tumultuous rivalries among the magicians of Camelot, particularly with Merlin, whom she is sometimes said to have enchanted or imprisoned. Her multifaceted character reflects the shifting perspectives of medieval literature, where she embodies both the beauty and peril of magic, serving as a mirror to the complexities of human nature and power. Through countless retellings, from early medieval romances to modern adaptations, the Lady of the Lake continues to captivate imaginations, her mystique and moral ambiguity ensuring her place as one of the most enduring figures in Arthurian lore. With her story leaving us to ponder the delicate balance between loyalty and betrayal, we now venture into the chilling legend of the Vanishing Hitchhiker. Moving forward, we arrive at the eerie tale of the Vanishing Hitchhiker, a chilling urban legend that has persisted across cultures and generations. This spectral figure is commonly described as a hitchhiker who appears on desolate roads, seeking a ride from an unsuspecting driver. As the story goes, the mysterious passenger engages in brief conversation, often sharing a tragic or cryptic detail about their life, only to vanish without a trace before reaching their destination. The origins of this legend are difficult to pinpoint, as variations of the tale can be found worldwide, with some accounts dating back centuries. In most versions, the hitchhiker is revealed to have been a ghost, haunting the location where they met their untimely end. Some claim the hitchhiker is a restless spirit searching for closure, while others interpret the tale as a cautionary reminder of the dangers lurking on lonely roads. Recurring themes in this legend often touch upon unresolved tragedy, the thin boundary between life and death, and the unsettling feeling of encountering something beyond explanation. The Vanishing Hitchhiker is also thought to tap into psychological fears of isolation, vulnerability, and the unknown, which may explain its enduring popularity in modern folklore. Beyond its supernatural intrigue, the story serves as a reflection of cultural anxieties, such as the fear of strangers or the tension between urbanization and the enigmatic wilds that surround us. With its ability to send shivers down the spine while provoking deeper thought about life and mortality, this ghostly passenger remains one of the most haunting figures in urban legends. As the echoes of this chilling tale fade, our journey takes us to an equally spine-tingling story, the legend of the Bell Witch. As the next chapter unfolds, we delve into the harrowing tale of the Bell Witch, a legend rooted in the rolling hills of Tennessee during the early 1800s. This infamous haunting centers on the Bell family, who resided in a modest farmhouse in what is now Adams, Tennessee. The story begins when John Bell, the family patriarch, encountered a strange animal in his fields, described as a creature with the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit. Shortly after this unsettling sighting, the Bell household became the epicenter of a series of unexplainable disturbances. The family reported hearing disembodied voices, phantom footsteps, and eerie knocking sounds that echoed through their home. Objects were said to move on their own, and members of the family experienced physical attacks, including scratches, slaps, and even strangulations by an unseen force. At the heart of these events was an entity the Bells came to call the Witch. Eyewitness accounts suggest that this spirit was malevolent and intelligent as it spoke to the family, mocked their prayers, and even quoted scripture. The Bell Witch seemed to display a particular hatred for John Bell, tormenting him until his mysterious death in 1820. According to legend, the witch herself claimed responsibility for his demise, further cementing her reputation as a sinister and vengeful force. Many theories have emerged over the years about the true nature of the Bell Witch haunting. Some believe it was the work of a vengeful spirit, possibly that of Kate Batts, a neighbor who was rumored to have cursed John Bell over a land dispute. Others suggest it may have been the result of mass hysteria or an elaborate family hoax. Despite these theories, the story of the Bell Witch has endured, captivating imaginations and inspiring books, films, and countless investigations into the paranormal. The Bell Witch remains one of the most chilling and well-documented hauntings in American folklore, a tale that blurs the line between fear and fascination, reality and legend. With this haunting story fresh in our minds, we now turn to another chilling legend, the elusive Fountain of Youth. Moving forward, we uncover the legendary tale of the Fountain of Youth, a mythical spring said to grant eternal youth and vitality to those who drink from it. This timeless legend has fascinated cultures for centuries and is most famously linked to the Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de León. According to popular accounts, Ponce de León set sail to the Americas in the early 1500s, spurred by a desire to find this miraculous source of perpetual youth. His journey led him to present-day Florida in 1513, marking the first recorded European exploration of the region. While historical records suggest his primary motive was territorial expansion and the search for new riches, the myth of his pursuit of the Fountain of Youth persists, intertwining his name with the legend forever. The origins of this captivating story may stem from earlier tales of magical springs and rejuvenating waters, which were prevalent in many ancient cultures. From the sacred rivers of Indian mythology to the life-restoring waters of European folklore, the idea of a source of immortality has long been a universal human fascination. The allure of eternal youth reflects a deep-seated yearning to escape the inevitability of aging and death, a quest that transcends time, geography, and culture. Though historians debate whether Ponce de León truly sought the Fountain of Youth or if the tale was fabricated later to romanticize his expeditions, the legend has left an indelible mark on history. Modern visitors to Florida can explore sites such as the Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park in St. Augustine, which celebrates this enduring myth. The story of the Fountain of Youth continues to captivate imaginations, serving as a symbol of humanity's eternal quest for immortality and the mysteries that lie just beyond reach. As this legendary search lingers in our thoughts, we now turn to the dark and mysterious tale of the Jersey Devil. As the next challenge unfolds, we uncover the sinister legend of the Jersey Devil, a creature believed to haunt the dense, foreboding pine barrens of New Jersey. This chilling figure has terrorized imaginations for over 200 years, described as a winged beast with the head of a goat, leathery bat-like wings, and a blood-curdling scream that echoes through the night. According to the most popular origin story, the Jersey Devil was born in the early 1700s to a woman known as Mother Leeds. Legends say that upon discovering she was pregnant with her 13th child, she cursed the baby in frustration, crying out that it would be the devil himself. When the child was born, it is said to have transformed into a monstrous creature, sprouting wings and claws before flying up the chimney and vanishing into the dark forest. Sightings of the Jersey Devil have persisted throughout history, with reports of its eerie cries and mysterious footprints sparking fear among locals and visitors alike. In the early 1900s, a week-long series of alleged encounters caused mass hysteria, leading residents to barricade their homes and schools to close out of fear. While many believe these tales are rooted in folklore and superstition, skeptics suggest they may have been fueled by misidentified wildlife, overactive imaginations, or even clever hoaxes. Some theorists propose that the story was invented as a political smear against the Leeds family, early settlers in the area, or that it served as a cautionary tale to keep children from wandering into the dangerous wilderness. Despite the debates, the legend of the Jersey Devil remains alive and well, inspiring everything from local sports team names to ghost hunting tours in the Pine Barrens. Its enduring mystery speaks to the human fascination with the unknown and the way myths can thrive in the spaces where fear and imagination collide. With the unsettling image of the Jersey Devil fresh in our minds, we now delve into the eerie Irish tale of the Banshee. Now turning to the chilling Irish legend of the Banshee, we encounter a spirit whose mournful presence is said to foretell death. In Irish folklore, the Banshee is often described as a spectral woman with long, flowing hair, dressed in either a tattered shroud or a white gown. Her most distinctive trait is her wail, a piercing, sorrowful cry that is believed to signal the impending death of a family member in households of ancient Irish descent. The origins of the Banshee legend date back centuries, rooted firmly in Celtic mythology. Some tales suggest that she is the ghost of a woman who died in grief. Others say she is a fairy-like being who serves as a messenger between the living and the dead. Her role is not to cause harm but to warn, offering families a chance to prepare for what is to come. Sightings of the Banshee are rare, but stories of her haunting cry have been passed down through generations, adding a layer of mystery to this enigmatic figure. The myth of the Banshee holds deep cultural significance, serving as a reminder of mortality and the fragile nature of life. In some accounts, she is affiliated with specific Irish families, particularly those with names beginning with O or Mac, a connection that strengthens the personal ties these families feel toward the legend. Beyond Ireland, the tale of the Banshee has captured imaginations worldwide, appearing in literature, films, and popular television shows. Her eerie presence has become a symbol of foreboding, reinforcing her place in global storytelling. Whether viewed as a harbinger of doom or a compassionate guide, the Banshee continues to resonate with audiences, embodying the universal human fascination with life, death, and the unknown. Moving forward, we shift our focus to the haunting story of La Llorona, a legend that echoes with grief and caution. Now turning to the Mexican legend of La Llorona, we encounter a tale steeped in sorrow and caution. Known as the Weeping Woman, La Llorona is said to roam riversides and waterways, mourning the loss of her children with heart-wrenching cries of anguish. According to legend, La Llorona was once a beautiful woman who, in a moment of despair or jealousy, drowned her children in a river. Overcome with guilt and grief, she now wanders the earth in eternal penance, searching for their lost souls. Her mournful wails, often described as chilling and otherworldly, are said to echo through the night, striking fear into those who hear them. Some versions of the story suggest that she lures unsuspecting victims, particularly children, to watery graves in a misguided search for her own. The origins of La Llorona can be traced back to pre-Hispanic times, with links to Aztec mythology and figures such as Cihuacotl, a goddess known for her connection to motherhood and mourning. Over centuries, the tale has evolved, blending indigenous beliefs with Spanish colonial influences, creating a story that resonates deeply in Hispanic cultures. La Llorona serves as a cautionary figure, often used by parents to warn children against wandering too far from home or playing near dangerous waters. Her story also speaks to themes of love, loss, regret, and the consequences of one's actions, making her a complex and compelling figure in folklore. Beyond Mexico, the legend of La Llorona has spread across Latin America and beyond, appearing in art, literature, and film. Her haunting tale has inspired countless adaptations, from traditional folk ballads to modern horror movies, ensuring her legacy endures. Whether encountered as a spectral warning or a tragic figure consumed by her own despair, the story of La Llorona reminds us of the enduring power of folklore to teach, to terrify, and to connect us to the past. Moving forward, we step into the mysterious world of Spring-Heeled Jack, a legend that leapt into the fears and imaginations of Victorian England. As the next phase of the journey unfolds, we delve into the chilling tale of Spring-Heeled Jack, a figure who leapt into the nightmares of Victorian England with his terrifying and otherworldly abilities. First reported in the early 1830s, Spring-Heeled Jack was described as a shadowy figure with a menacing laugh, gleaming red eyes, and clawed hands. Witnesses often claimed he wore a tight-fitting suit that resembled oilskin and a flowing cape, adding to his eerie and theatrical appearance. What truly set him apart, however, was his astonishing ability to leap great distances, effortlessly bounding over walls and rooftops, which earned him his infamous name. Reports of his attacks varied widely, from bizarre pranks to more sinister encounters where he supposedly clawed at his victims, leaving them shaken and injured. His appearances were not confined to one region, with incidents reported in London, the Midlands, and beyond. The public was gripped by both fear and fascination, with newspapers eagerly covering his exploits and fueling a frenzy of speculation about his origins. Some believed he was a supernatural entity, perhaps a demon or ghost, while others suggested he was a disturbed individual using tricks and costumes to spread terror. Theories even ventured into the realm of conspiracy, with suspicions that Spring-Heeled Jack might be an aristocrat or member of the upper class exploiting their resources and social standing to evade capture. Despite numerous sightings and attempts to apprehend him, Spring-Heeled Jack's identity was never conclusively revealed, adding to the mystery surrounding him. Over time, he became a figure of folklore and urban legend, inspiring fictional works, stage plays, and even penny dreadfuls that sensationalized his story. While skeptics argue that mass hysteria and exaggeration played a significant role in his legend, others maintain that the sheer consistency of certain details across accounts suggests there may be some truth to his existence. Whether seen as a malevolent specter or a cunning prankster, Spring-Heeled Jack remains an enduring and unsettling symbol of the unknown, a reminder of how easily fear can take root in the public imagination. Moving forward, we ascend into the heights of the Himalayas to explore the elusive legend of the Yeti, a creature steeped in both myth and mystery. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we trek into the snow-covered peaks of the Himalayas to uncover the mystery of the Yeti, often referred to as the abominable snowman. This elusive creature has captured human imagination for centuries, with local folklore describing it as a massive, ape-like being that roams the high altitudes of Nepal, Bhutan, and Tibet. Known for its immense size, shaggy white or brown fur, and human-like footprints, the Yeti has become synonymous with the unknown wilderness of the mountains. The legend gained global attention in the 19th century when Western explorers began documenting strange footprints and eerie encounters during their expeditions. One of the most famous accounts came in the mid-20th century when British mountaineer Eric Shipton photographed a series of large footprints during an Everest expedition. These images sparked a wave of curiosity and debates, with scientists, cryptozoologists, and adventurers attempting to uncover the truth about the Yeti. Over the years, physical evidence such as hair samples, bones, and footprints claimed to belong to the creature has been analyzed with varying results. While many findings were later attributed to common animals like bears or mountain goats, some remain unexplained, further fueling speculation about the Yeti's existence. Several expeditions have specifically sought to confirm the creature's reality, with interviews from local communities and hunters often adding consistency to the descriptions of its behavior and appearance. However, skeptics argue that the Yeti is likely a misidentification of known species, such as the Himalayan brown bear, whose footprints in the snow can appear human-like under certain conditions. Others believe the Yeti serves a cultural and symbolic role, representing the awe and danger of the mountains themselves. Regardless of scientific scrutiny, the Yeti persists as a figure of mystery, fear, and wonder. It has inspired countless books, movies, and even modern-day searches using advanced technology like drones and thermal imaging. Whether a real creature lurking in the shadows of the world's tallest peaks or a myth that reflects the human fascination with the unexplained, the Yeti remains an enduring enigma. As we leave the icy slopes behind, our journey takes a turn toward a much warmer but equally mysterious landscape, where we explore the legend of Pandora's box and its lasting impact on the human experience. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we step into the ancient world of Greek mythology to unravel the story of Pandora's box, a tale deeply rooted in the origins of human suffering and hope. According to the myth, Pandora, the first woman created by the gods, was endowed with beauty, intelligence, and charm, but also a fatal sense of curiosity. She was given a sealed jar, often referred to as a box in modern retellings, and explicitly warned not to open it. Yet, unable to resist the temptation, Pandora eventually lifted the lid, unleashing a torrent of evils upon the world, including pain, disease, and despair. In that moment of chaos, she frantically closed the jar, trapping only one thing inside: hope. This interplay between unleashed calamities and the preservation of hope has given the myth its timeless resonance. Scholars and storytellers have long interpreted Pandora's tale as an allegory for human nature, highlighting the consequences of curiosity, disobedience, and the duality of despair and optimism. Her story has been a source of moral reflection on the balance between caution and impulse, prompting us to consider whether hope is humanity's ultimate solace or its eternal struggle. Beyond its moral dimensions, the legacy of Pandora's box has profoundly shaped literature and art, inspiring countless works that explore the complexities of human emotion and the unforeseen consequences of our actions. From ancient Greek pottery to contemporary novels and films, the myth serves as a reminder of the profound impact curiosity and choices can have on our world. As the story continues to be reimagined, it remains a symbol of both the burdens and the resilience of the human spirit. Moving forward, we leave behind the cautionary tale of Pandora to dive deeper into the ghostly realm of urban legends, beginning with the chilling story of Bloody Mary, a spirit said to appear in mirrors and haunt those who dare to summon her name. Now turning to the chilling tale of Bloody Mary, we delve into one of the most enduring urban legends that has terrified generations. This haunting figure is said to appear in mirrors when her name is chanted multiple times, often in a dimly lit or candlelit room. The origins of the legend are as murky as the spirit herself, with some tracing it back to historical figures such as Mary Tudor, known as Bloody Mary for her persecution of Protestants in England, while others believe the tale stems from folklore surrounding vengeful spirits and ritual summoning practices. The act of calling upon Bloody Mary has become a rite of passage for the brave, or perhaps the foolish, with countless individuals recounting tales of eerie visions, sudden chills, or even physical harm after invoking her name. Psychologists suggest that the phenomenon may be rooted in the way our brains process reflections in low light, often leading to hallucinations or distortions as our minds struggle to make sense of what we see. This effect, known as the Troxler fading or strange face illusion, may explain why participants in this ritual often report seeing something horrific in the mirror. Yet, the power of suggestion and the thrill of fear amplify these experiences, embedding the legend even deeper into our collective psyche. Beyond the science, Bloody Mary has become a mainstay in modern folklore, appearing in movies, books, and even video games where her haunting presence continues to fuel nightmares and fascination alike. Whether seen as a psychological experiment, a cultural artifact, or a genuine supernatural encounter, the tale of Bloody Mary speaks to our universal fear of the unknown and the lingering question of what might gaze back at us if we dare to look too long into the darkness. With this harrowing legend behind us, we now venture into the medieval woods of Germany to uncover the ominous tale of the Pied Piper of Hamelin, a story steeped in mystery, music, and loss. Now turning to the legendary quest for the Holy Grail, we find ourselves immersed in one of the most iconic and enduring myths of medieval lore. The Holy Grail is often described as a sacred relic, believed to be the cup used by Jesus Christ at the Last Supper or the vessel that caught his blood during the crucifixion. Its origins can be traced back to early Christian texts and were later woven into the fabric of medieval literature, most notably in Arthurian legends. In these tales, the Grail is not merely an object but a symbol of divine grace, purity, and the ultimate spiritual quest. Knights of the Round Table, such as Sir Galahad and Sir Percival, were depicted as embarking on perilous journeys to seek this holy artifact, their success often tied to their moral integrity and faith. Over time, the Grail came to represent not only a physical relic, but also the pursuit of enlightenment and the eternal struggle to reconcile human flaws with higher ideals. The symbolic weight of the Holy Grail has inspired not just literature but also centuries of speculation and exploration. From medieval knights embarking on literal quests to modern adventurers searching for historical connections to the relic, the Grail has fueled countless theories about its existence and location. Some believe it rests in secret within ancient cathedrals, such as the Chapel of Rosslyn in Scotland, while others point to legends connecting it to the Knights Templar or even to hidden places in Spain or France. Though its physical existence remains unproven, the Grail's power lies in its ability to captivate the human imagination, urging seekers to explore the mysteries of faith, history, and their own innermost desires. This multifaceted legend extends far beyond its medieval roots, influencing modern storytelling in books, films, and television, where the Grail serves as both a literal goal and a metaphor for the ultimate achievement or meaning in life. Its resilience in culture underscores our fascination with quests for the unattainable and the sacred, reflecting humanity's ceaseless yearning to connect with something greater than ourselves. Whether regarded as an actual artifact or a profound symbol, the Holy Grail continues to challenge and inspire, leaving one to wonder if the true treasure lies not in finding it, but in the journey it compels us to take. And speaking of legendary journeys, we now ride with the Headless Horseman, whose chilling tale gallops through the misty landscape of American lore, casting shadows of fear and intrigue. Now turning to the tale of the Headless Horseman, we enter a chilling chapter of American folklore immortalized by Washington Irving in his story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Set in a quiet Dutch settlement during the early years of the United States, this haunting figure is described as the ghost of a Hessian soldier decapitated during the American Revolution. According to the legend, the horseman roams the darkened woods of Sleepy Hollow, searching for his lost head and striking fear into all who encounter him. Irving's tale masterfully weaves elements of suspense and superstition, blending local ghost stories with romanticized imagery of the eerie American countryside. The Headless Horseman serves as a powerful embodiment of the unknown and the unresolved, representing both a physical and metaphorical specter of the past. His legend likely draws inspiration from European folklore, where headless apparitions were often depicted as ominous harbingers of doom or restless souls trapped between worlds. By transplanting these themes into the uniquely American setting of Sleepy Hollow, Irving created a story that resonates with the cultural anxieties and identity of a young nation grappling with its history and future. This spectral rider has galloped far beyond the pages of Irving's work, becoming a central figure in Halloween traditions. His image cloaked in darkness, wielding a fiery pumpkin as a makeshift head, has become an enduring symbol of the spooky season. From costume parties to haunted hayrides, the Headless Horseman inspires a mix of fear and fascination, capturing the essence of Halloween as a time to confront and celebrate the macabre. Beyond the holiday, he has maintained a firm presence in modern pop culture, appearing in films, television series, and even theme park attractions, ensuring that his legend remains alive and well. But what makes the Headless Horseman so compelling is not just his terrifying appearance or his spectral pursuit, but the deeper themes his story explores. At its heart, the legend of Sleepy Hollow is a tale about the power of belief, the tension between reason and superstition, and the ways in which fear can shape our perceptions of reality. Through these layers of meaning, the Headless Horseman becomes more than a phantom. He is a reflection of our own struggles with the unknown and the stories we create to make sense of it. And speaking of creatures born of fear and myth, let us now descend into the labyrinthine world of ancient Greece to meet the Minotaur, the fearsome beast that has haunted human imagination for centuries. As the next challenge unfolds, we journey into the heart of Greek mythology, where the fearsome Minotaur awaits within the confines of the labyrinth. This half-man, half-bull creature is one of the most iconic figures in ancient mythology, embodying both terror and tragedy. According to the myth, the Minotaur was born to Queen Pasiphae of Crete after a divine punishment from the gods. King Minos, unwilling to kill the beast yet determined to hide its existence, commanded the master craftsman Daedalus to construct an elaborate maze so intricate that no one who entered could ever escape. Thus, the labyrinth became the Minotaur's eternal prison. The story of the Minotaur also intertwines with the hero Theseus, who volunteered to enter the labyrinth in a daring attempt to end the cycle of human sacrifice demanded by King Minos. Through courage, cleverness, and the guidance of Ariadne's thread, Theseus managed to navigate the maze, slay the Minotaur, and emerge victorious. This tale of heroism has endured for generations, symbolizing the triumph of bravery and intellect over seemingly insurmountable challenges. On a deeper level, the Minotaur and the labyrinth represent themes of entrapment, inner conflict, and the duality of human nature. The labyrinth can be seen as a symbol of the complex and often bewildering paths we navigate in life, while the Minotaur reflects the darker, primal instincts that lie within us. These interpretations lend the myth a timeless relevance, as its lessons continue to resonate with audiences exploring their own struggles and victories. Culturally, the Minotaur has left an indelible mark, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and modern storytelling. From ancient pottery depicting the epic battle between Theseus and the beast to contemporary reimaginings in films and novels, the Minotaur serves as a powerful metaphor for the challenges we face and the courage needed to overcome them. And speaking of symbols of renewal and endurance, let us now rise from the ashes with the legendary phoenix, a majestic creature that has captivated human imagination with its promise of hope and immortality. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we encounter the phoenix, a mythical bird that has become a universal symbol of renewal and immortality. Originating in ancient Egyptian and Greek mythology, the phoenix is said to live for hundreds of years before being consumed by flames, only to be reborn from its own ashes. This cycle of death and resurrection represents the enduring themes of hope and transformation, offering a powerful reminder that endings can lead to new beginnings. The phoenix was closely associated with the sun in ancient cultures, its fiery rebirth mirroring the daily cycle of the sun setting and rising again. In ancient Egypt, it was linked to the Bennu, a sacred bird connected with the sun god Ra and the concept of creation. Meanwhile, in Greek mythology, the phoenix was described as a radiant and resplendent creature, its appearance heralding the dawning of a new age. The legend of the phoenix has transcended time, resonating across cultures and religions. From early Christian interpretations where it symbolized the promise of eternal life, to its role in alchemical traditions as a metaphor for transformation and enlightenment, the phoenix serves as a bridge between the tangible and the divine. Its image has been immortalized in countless works of art, literature, and modern media, each retelling emphasizing its lessons of resilience and rebirth. Even today, the phoenix inspires us in moments of despair, urging us to rise stronger from our challenges, much like the mythical bird itself. As we leave behind the flames of renewal, we now turn our gaze to the ancient streets of Prague, where the golem, a being born of clay and mysticism, awaits to share its story of power and protection. Now turning to the shadowed alleys and mystical aura of Prague, we find the story of the golem, a creature crafted from clay and animated through sacred rituals. This legend originates from Jewish folklore and is most famously tied to Rabbi Judah Loew, a revered 16th century scholar and mystic. According to the tale, Rabbi Loew created the golem to protect the Jewish community from persecution and violence that ran rampant during that time. The golem was said to be a towering figure, shaped from the very earth beneath Prague's streets and brought to life by a divine word inscribed upon its forehead. Under Rabbi Loew's control, the golem served as a protector, a silent guardian of the vulnerable. However, like many stories of creation, this legend carries a cautionary undertone. It is said that as the golem grew more powerful, it became increasingly difficult to control, its strength spiraling beyond the intentions of its maker. In some versions, it turned on those it was meant to protect, illustrating the dangers of wielding unchecked power. Rabbi Loew eventually deactivated the golem, returning it to the clay from which it was formed. The golem's story is a reflection on the responsibility that comes with creation and the delicate balance between power and control. It has since become a powerful symbol within Jewish culture, representing resilience in the face of oppression as well as the ethical dilemmas tied to human ingenuity. Beyond folklore, the golem continues to resonate in literature and modern media, where it has been reimagined as anything from a tragic figure to a cautionary metaphor for technological advancements. As we leave the cobblestone streets of Prague behind, another tale beckons, this time from the vast deserts of the Middle East, where the mysterious beings known as jinn dwell, entwining reality with supernatural lore. Now turning to the scorching sands and ancient tales of the Middle East, we encounter the enigmatic beings known as jinn. Rooted deeply in Islamic texts and Middle Eastern folklore, jinn, often called gennies in the West, are described as supernatural entities made from smokeless fire. Unlike humans who are created from clay and angels who are formed from light, jinn possess free will, granting them the ability to choose between good and evil. Their existence is mentioned in the Quran, which details their creation and even includes an entire chapter known as Surah al-Jinn, where these beings speak directly, acknowledging their role in the cosmic order. Legends describe them as living in a parallel world, unseen by humans but capable of interacting with our realm, sometimes with benevolent intentions and other times with malicious acts. Jinn can shapeshift, taking on human or animal forms, and they're often believed to inhabit desolate places such as ruins, deserts, and abandoned wells. Their role in folklore is complex, ranging from tricksters to protectors to outright adversaries. Some stories portray them as granting wishes, but always at a price, their gifts often twisting into curses that teach caution and humility. Others depict them as powerful beings who can possess humans, leading to rituals and prayers to ward off their influence. In popular culture, jinn have been reimagined in countless ways, from the mischievous genie in Aladdin to dark and malevolent spirits in horror films and novels seeking to manipulate human desires. These modern portrayals often simplify or sensationalize their original contexts, but they continue to fascinate audiences with their duality of power and peril. The legend of the jinn offers a profound reflection on the unseen forces of the world and the moral complexities of choice and freedom. With the mystery of the jinn lingering in our minds, let us now journey to the mountains of the Himalayas, where whispers speak of a towering figure shrouded in snow and legend, known as the Yeti. As the next chapter of this mysterious journey unfolds, we find ourselves in the shadowy canals of Venice, where an unsettling discovery unearthed an age-old myth. In 2006, archaeologists uncovered a skull buried in a mass grave on the Venetian island of Lazaretto Nuovo, a quarantine site during the plagues of the medieval period. What made this finding so unique was the brick jammed into the mouth of the skull, a chilling practice historically tied to the fear of vampires. During the Middle Ages, before science provided answers for diseases and decomposition, many communities turned to folklore to make sense of horrifying events such as unexplained deaths or plagues. Vampires in these tales were often blamed for spreading illness and death by preying upon the living. The brick-in-mouth ritual was believed to prevent these so-called vampires from rising from their graves to feast, effectively neutralizing them. This particular skull provided physical evidence of such practices, linking the fear of vampires directly to historical efforts to combat epidemics and death. Scholars suggest that the decaying bodies of plague victims, which sometimes exuded blood and emitted strange sounds due to gas buildup, fueled these terrifying narratives. People misunderstood these natural decomposition processes, interpreting them as signs of vampirism. The myth of the vampire became a cultural explanation for the unexplainable, a way to grasp the devastating effects of disease in a time when medical knowledge was limited. Over time, these medieval fears evolved into the more romanticized versions of vampires we see today, immortalized in literature, film, and pop culture. Yet, the story of the Venetian vampire skull reminds us of a darker, more pragmatic origin behind this myth, rooted in the human struggle to make sense of suffering and death. As the waters of Venice ripple with echoes of this tale, let us drift further into the mists of time to uncover the ghostly black dog that stalks the English countryside, known as the Black Shuck. As the next phase of the journey comes into focus, we tread into the misty landscapes of England, where the legend of the Black Shuck sends shivers down the spines of those who dare to walk alone at night. This ghostly black dog, often described as enormous with glowing red or green eyes, has been a staple of English folklore for centuries. Sightings of the Black Shuck are said to foretell death or disaster, making its appearance a harbinger of doom for the unfortunate souls who cross its path. Stories of this spectral canine are particularly common in the coastal counties of East Anglia, where the windswept moors and shadowy woods provide an eerie backdrop for such tales. One of the most famous accounts comes from the small town of Blythburgh in Suffolk. In 1577, during a fierce storm, the Black Shuck was said to have burst into the village church, leaving scorch marks on the door that can still be seen today. Witnesses claim the beast killed a man and a boy before vanishing into thin air. Similar stories are told in nearby towns, adding to the myth's chilling consistency. Folklorists suggest that the Black Shuck might have originated from ancient pagan beliefs, symbolizing the wild, untamed forces of nature or the spirit world. In some versions of the legend, the Black Shuck even appears as a protective presence, guiding lost travelers to safety. Over time, the myth has evolved, taking on new layers of mystery and fear, often reflecting the cultural and social anxieties of the time. Whether seen as a malevolent omen or a supernatural guardian, the Black Shuck remains an enduring symbol in English folklore, reminding us of the power of myth to shape our understanding of fear and the unknown. As the legend of the Black Shuck fades into the fog, let us step into the realm of medieval bestiaries and encounter a creature whose deadly gaze has fascinated and terrified for generations, the infamous basilisk. Now turning to the legend of the basilisk, we encounter a creature shrouded in a blend of fascination and terror. Known for its ability to kill with a single glance, the basilisk has earned its place as one of the most fearsome beings in medieval lore. Often described as a serpent or lizard-like creature, early accounts portrayed it as a hybrid with features of both a snake and a rooster, a bizarre combination that only added to its mystique. The basilisk was said to be born from an egg laid by a rooster and incubated by a toad or a serpent, a detail that underscores its unnatural origins. According to medieval bestiaries, texts that catalogued both real and mythical animals, the basilisk's mere presence could wither plants and its venom could kill instantly. Knights and adventurers were often depicted as attempting to slay the creature, but only by using mirrors to reflect its deadly gaze back upon itself could they hope to survive. The origins of the basilisk legend can be traced back to ancient times, with early references found in Roman texts. Over the centuries, the creature gained popularity in European folklore, becoming a symbol of ultimate danger. In some interpretations, the basilisk was seen as a divine punishment, a creature sent to inflict suffering on those who had strayed from righteousness. However, its fearsome reputation was not limited to religious or moral contexts. The basilisk's deadly attributes made it a recurring figure in the imagination of writers, artists, and storytellers who used it to explore themes of power, fear, and the fragility of life. Even in modern times, the basilisk continues to captivate, appearing in countless books, films, and video games. From being featured in medieval-inspired fantasies to becoming a metaphor for unseen or overwhelming threats, its legacy endures. The basilisk reminds us of how myths evolve, adapting to the fears and fascinations of each generation. As we bid farewell to this lethal legend, let us venture further into the medieval imagination to meet a striking figure whose tragic fate turned her into a symbol of peril and sorrow, the infamous ghost of Anne Boleyn. Now turning to the ghost of Anne Boleyn, we step into one of history's most haunting tales of betrayal, tragedy, and restless spirits. Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, remains one of the most famous figures of the tumultuous Tudor period. Her life was marked by a dramatic rise to power, a controversial marriage, and a devastating fall that ended with her execution on charges of adultery, treason, and incest, charges that many historians believe were fabricated. Anne's untimely death in the Tower of London in the year 1536 laid the foundation for the supernatural stories that would surround her name for centuries. Her ghost is said to be one of the most frequently seen spirits in England, a spectral reminder of her tragic fate and the turbulence of her time. The most famous location associated with Anne Boleyn's ghost is unsurprisingly the Tower of London, where she spent her final days before her execution. Visitors and guards alike have reported sightings of a headless woman in a flowing gown wandering the grounds, believed to be Anne herself. Some accounts describe her carrying her severed head, while others say her face is filled with a look of sadness and despair. The haunting is often described as silent yet deeply unsettling, leaving witnesses with an unshakable sense of sorrow. Beyond the tower, her spirit has also been reported at Blickling Hall in Norfolk, her supposed birthplace, where legends claim she returns each year on the anniversary of her death, riding in a ghostly carriage drawn by headless horses. Other sightings have been noted at Hever Castle, her family home, where her ghost is said to linger among the gardens and halls she once knew so well. Anne's ghostly presence has fueled endless fascination, not only because of her spectral appearances but also because her story resonates so deeply with themes of betrayal, injustice, and the human yearning for redemption. Many believe her restless spirit reflects the trauma of her wrongful death and her enduring legacy as a symbol of resilience against oppression. Her connection to the paranormal has cemented her place in both history and folklore, making her a timeless figure who bridges the worlds of the living and the dead. Moving forward, we venture deeper into the legends of spectral entities as we explore the mystical beings of the Celtic tradition, the enigmatic Selkies. Moving forward, we dive into the enchanting world of Celtic mythology to uncover the tale of the Selkies, mystical beings shrouded in both beauty and melancholy. Selkies are said to be seal-like creatures that can shed their skins to take on human form, often appearing as stunningly handsome men or breathtakingly beautiful women. These shape-shifting beings are most commonly associated with the coastal regions of Scotland, Ireland, and the Faroe Islands, where their stories have woven themselves into the fabric of local folklore. The myth of the Selkie is often one of love, loss, and the deep yearning for freedom, capturing the imagination of storytellers and listeners for generations. According to legend, if a Selkie sheds its seal skin and a human happens to find it, they can keep the Selkie bound to the human world by hiding or locking away the skin. Many tales describe such bonds forming between Selkies and humans, often resulting in marriage and children. However, these unions are rarely happy or permanent. The Selkie's longing for the sea and its true form often overrides any attachment it might develop in its human life. In most stories, the Selkie eventually discovers its hidden skin, reclaims its seal form, and returns to the ocean, leaving its human family behind. This bittersweet theme of inevitable separation reflects the deep connection to nature and the sea that runs through Celtic culture. While some versions of the Selkie legend focus on romance, others carry darker undertones. In certain tales, Selkies are portrayed as tragic victims, tricked into human captivity against their will, while in other accounts, they are mysterious and otherworldly beings who offer fleeting glimpses of magic to those lucky or unlucky enough to encounter them. The stories often emphasize themes of longing, identity, and the impossible choice between love and freedom, creating an emotional resonance that transcends time and place. The Selkie myth continues to inspire art, literature, and music, a testament to the enduring fascination with these creatures and the poignant stories they carry. Not merely a tale of otherworldly beings, the Selkie legend reflects universal human emotions, the ache of lost love, the pull of home, and the struggle to balance two worlds. As we leave the misty shores of the Celtic Isles, our journey takes us next into the unsettling realm of doubles and shadows with the enigmatic legend of the doppelganger. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the eerie concept of the doppelganger, the mysterious double that has haunted human imagination for centuries. Derived from a German term meaning double goer, doppelgangers are often described as exact duplicates of a person, existing as a shadowy counterpart that can appear unexpectedly and usually with ominous implications. The idea of encountering one's own doppelganger has long been associated with ill fortune, misfortune, or even an impending death, making these spectral doubles a subject of both fear and fascination in folklore and popular culture alike. Historical accounts of doppelgangers stretch across the ages, with some of the most famous examples tied to prominent figures whose alleged encounters left an indelible mark on their lives. One well-known story is that of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, the German writer and statesman. He reportedly claimed to have seen his own doppelganger while traveling on a road late one evening. What made this encounter particularly unsettling was that the double he saw appeared dressed in unfamiliar clothing. Years later, Goethe realized that the clothing worn by the apparition was in fact an outfit he would wear on another journey along that same road. This encounter is often interpreted as an eerie overlap of time, a glimpse into an alternate reality or perhaps a projection of the subconscious mind. Another widely cited case occurred with Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. According to his own account, Lincoln once saw his reflection in a mirror, but what he saw was no ordinary reflection. In addition to his own face, he also saw a second, pale, ghostly version of himself superimposed in the background. He confided in his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, who believed the vision was a premonition. She interpreted the pale reflection as a sign of his untimely death, an unsettling prediction that some view as fulfilled not long after his assassination. Psychological explanations for doppelganger sightings offer a more grounded perspective, although they are no less fascinating. Some scientists suggest that these experiences may be linked to neurological phenomena, such as visual hallucinations caused by stress, fatigue, or conditions like epilepsy. Others propose that the doppelganger phenomenon stems from a fragmented sense of identity or dissociation, where individuals perceive a double as a projection of their own subconscious fears or desires. Interestingly, the concept of doppelgangers also intersects with the idea of parallel universes, suggesting that these doubles could be glimpses of oneself in an alternate dimension, a theory popularized in both science fiction and speculative philosophy. The doppelganger legend, with its blend of unsettling superstition and intriguing scientific theories, continues to captivate our imagination and spark curiosity about the unknown. Whether seen as ghostly harbingers of doom, reflections of the psyche, or echoes from another reality, these doubles challenge our perception of identity and existence in ways both chilling and thought-provoking. From doubles and shadows, our next step takes us into the dense forests of Japan, where the myth of the Tsuchigumo spins its web of mystery and folklore. Moving forward, we arrive at the curious tale of the Green Children of Woolpit, an enigmatic story that has puzzled historians and folklore enthusiasts for generations. This medieval legend originates from the small village of Woolpit in England, where sometime during the 12th century, villagers allegedly discovered two young children with green-tinted skin near a wolf pit from which the village takes its name. What made their appearance even more baffling was that the children spoke an unknown language and wore clothing of an unfamiliar fabric, unlike anything the locals had ever seen. According to the accounts, the children appeared frightened and disoriented, communicating only in their strange tongue. They were taken in by a local landowner, Sir Richard de Calney, who attempted to care for them. The children were offered food, but they initially refused all the usual fare, only consuming raw beans until they gradually adapted to the local diet. Over time, their green complexion faded, adding another layer of mystery to the already peculiar events. Sadly, the boy grew ill and passed away not long after their arrival, but the girl eventually learned enough English to recount a remarkable story. She claimed they came from a place called St. Martin's Land, a world with no sunlight where everything was bathed in a twilight-like green glow. She described her homeland as being separated from this world by a large river, accessible only through a mysterious passageway. Her explanation raised more questions than answers, leading to widespread speculation about the origins of these peculiar children. Theories about the Green Children of Woolpit vary widely, ranging from practical to otherworldly interpretations. Some suggest the children were Flemish immigrants who had fled persecution but had become lost, suffering from chloroses, a medical condition that can cause a greenish skin tone due to malnutrition. This explanation aligns with the historical context of political unrest and displacement in that era. Others, however, believe the children's story points to something far more extraordinary. Could they have come from a hidden underground world or a parallel dimension? The description of St. Martin's Land as a place without sunlight has fueled conjecture about its connection to subterranean habitats or even extraterrestrial origins. Enthusiasts of the paranormal have also wondered if the children wandered through some kind of portal, temporarily bridging their world and ours. While the tale of the Green Children remains shrouded in mystery, it endures as a fascinating blend of folklore, history, and speculation. The story speaks to our deep curiosity about the unknown, inviting us to ponder the boundaries of reality and what might lie beyond them. With this cryptic tale fresh in our minds, we now journey to Japan, where we encounter the terrifying legend of the Tsuchigumo, a creature woven from the threads of fear and myth. Now turning to Japan, we uncover the chilling legend of the Tsuchigumo, a terrifying creature whose name translates to ground spider. Rooted in Japanese folklore, the Tsuchigumo is often portrayed as a monstrous, spider-like being lurking in the shadows, waiting to ensnare unsuspecting victims. These creatures are said to dwell in remote, mountainous regions far from human settlements, adding to the mysterious and foreboding aura that surrounds them. Their depiction varies across stories, with some accounts describing them as gigantic arachnids with human-like features, while others present them as shape-shifting entities capable of deceiving their prey with illusions or cunning disguises. This legend dates back to ancient Japan, where the term Tsuchigumo originally referred to indigenous tribes who resisted assimilation by the expanding Yamato state. Over time, these marginalized groups were associated with the untamed wilderness and labeled as outsiders, which likely influenced the mythological transformation of the term into a menacing spider-like creature. This symbolic evolution of the Tsuchigumo reflects the fears and tensions of a society grappling with cultural unity and the dangers lurking beyond its borders. In traditional No theater and Japanese literature, tales of the Tsuchigumo often feature brave warriors or monks encountering these fearsome beings, overcoming them through strength and wit. One famous story tells of the legendary samurai Minamoto no Yorimitsu, who is said to have defeated a Tsuchigumo after enduring illusions and venomous attacks. This victory is celebrated as a triumph of human courage and righteousness over chaos and malevolence. Beyond their role as antagonists in dramatic tales, the Tsuchigumo carries symbolic weight in Japanese culture. They are often seen as a representation of the unknown or the uncontainable aspects of nature and society. The legend serves as a cautionary tale, warning against venturing too far into uncharted territory or underestimating the forces beyond human control. At the same time, it underscores the importance of resilience and resourcefulness in facing life's challenges. While the legend of the Tsuchigumo may send shivers down your spine, it also invites reflection on the complexities of history, society, and the natural world. From these sinister webs of Japanese folklore, our journey takes us further to France, where we investigate the eerie accounts surrounding the Beast of Gevaudan, a creature that left a trail of terror in its wake. Now turning to France, we delve into the chilling tale of the Beast of Gevaudan, a mysterious creature that terrorized the rural province of Gevaudan in the mid-1700s. This dark chapter of history began with reports of a monstrous predator attacking villagers, mainly targeting women and children. Witnesses described the beast as larger than a wolf, with reddish fur, an elongated snout, and a dark stripe running down its back. Its fearsome reputation quickly spread, with accounts claiming it was capable of overpowering armed men and leaving behind horrifyingly mutilated victims. Over the span of a few years, the beast was believed to have been responsible for over 100 deaths, striking terror into the hearts of the local population. The French government took the threat seriously, dispatching soldiers and hunters to track down and eliminate the creature. Despite their efforts, early attempts to kill the beast proved unsuccessful, as it seemed to evade traps and survive gunshots that would have felled any ordinary animal. This only fueled speculation about its true nature. Some believed it to be a monstrous wolf or a hybrid created through unnatural means, while others suggested more fantastical origins, such as a cryptid or even a demon sent to punish the region. These theories reflected both the scientific curiosity and the superstitions of the time, blurring the line between fact and legend. One turning point came in the year 1767, when a local farmer, Jean Chastel, reportedly killed the creature using a specially made silver bullet. This dramatic event has only deepened the mythos surrounding the beast, with some viewing it as evidence of a supernatural foe finally vanquished. However, skeptics argue that the animal Chastel killed may have been an unusually large wolf or a scapegoat to put an end to the panic. Modern historians and naturalists have re-examined this case, proposing explanations ranging from a series of aggressive wolves to a trained exotic predator, such as a hyena, released into the wild by its owner. Regardless of its true identity, the story of the Beast of Gevaudan has left a lasting mark on French folklore and popular culture. It serves as a haunting reminder of humanity's vulnerability to the forces of nature and the power of collective fear in shaping legends. With the shadow of the beast lingering in our thoughts, we now move to the widespread tale of the woman in white, a spectral figure embodying loss and longing across cultures worldwide. Now turning to the haunting legend of the woman in white, we encounter one of the most enduring and universal ghostly figures in folklore. This spectral figure, often described as a pale woman draped in flowing white garments, is said to appear near lakes, rivers, or desolate roads, her presence steeped in sorrow and mystery. Although the details of her story differ across cultures, a common theme unites these tales. The woman in white is almost always tied to a tragic love story or profound betrayal. In many European legends, she is portrayed as the restless spirit of a woman who met a tragic death, often due to heartbreak or betrayal by a lover. Some versions suggest she is a grieving mother searching for her lost children, while others tell of a scorned bride unable to move on after being abandoned at the altar. In Latin American folklore, she takes the form of La Llorona, the wailing woman, forever doomed to wander the earth in search of her drowned children, a tale told to children as both a warning and a source of chills. Meanwhile, in Japanese culture, a similar figure appears in the form of yurei, ghostly women in white burial kimonos who haunt the living out of unresolved resentment or sorrow. Across North America, drivers speak of phantom hitchhikers dressed in white, who mysteriously vanish from vehicles, leaving behind an eerie silence. These variations demonstrate how the woman in white resonates deeply with universal emotions, from love and grief to guilt and despair, transcending borders and languages. The recurring imagery of her white attire is often seen as a symbol of her purity or innocence, tragically overshadowed by her fatal circumstances. Her stories not only serve to entertain but also reflect cultural attitudes towards love, loss, and morality, providing warnings about betrayal or the consequences of unresolved pain. The woman in white continues to captivate storytellers, filmmakers, and folklorists, cementing her place as one of the most iconic ghostly figures in human imagination. As we move forward, we leave behind her haunting presence and journey into the icy mystery of the Dyatlov Pass incident, a chilling story from Russia that has baffled experts and sparked countless theories for decades. Now turning to the chilling enigma of the Dyatlov Pass incident, we delve into one of the most perplexing mysteries in modern history. In the winter of 1959, 9 experienced hikers embarked on an expedition in the Ural Mountains of Soviet Russia, but their journey ended in tragedy under circumstances so bizarre that they remain unresolved to this day. The group, led by Igor Dyatlov, failed to return as scheduled, prompting a search party to locate them. When their campsite was discovered, rescuers encountered a scene that defied explanation. The hikers' tent had been ripped open from the inside, and their bodies were found scattered across the snow in varying states of undress, some without shoes or proper clothing despite the sub-zero temperatures. Even more unsettling were the injuries sustained by several members. 2 hikers had fractured skulls, others had broken ribs, and one victim was missing her tongue and eyes. Yet remarkably, there were no external wounds to suggest an attack, leaving investigators baffled as to what could have caused such internal damage. the official investigation at the time concluded that the group succumbed to an unknown compelling force, a vague explanation that only fueled speculation. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged to explain the hikers' fates. Some suggest a natural disaster, such as an avalanche or katabatic wind, which could have forced them to flee their tent in panic. Others point to hypothermia-induced delirium or infrasound, a rare phenomenon where low-frequency sound waves can cause intense feelings of unease or even irrational behavior. However, more mysterious and outlandish ideas have captured the imagination of conspiracy theorists and paranormal enthusiasts alike. Some believe the hikers fell victim to secret military experiments or stumbled upon classified testing sites. Others propose extraterrestrial encounters, citing reports of strange lights seen in the sky near the time of the tragedy. Still, no single theory has been able to account for all the peculiar details of the incident, such as the presence of radiation on some of the hikers' clothing or the inexplicable injuries that lacked external trauma. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass incident continues to fascinate and horrify, a grim reminder of how little we sometimes know about the world around us. Whether the truth lies in human error, natural forces, or something far more otherworldly, the story remains shrouded in mystery, a puzzle that refuses to be solved. As we step away from the icy slopes of the Urals, we now journey into the legendary tale of the Trojan Horse, an ancient story of cunning and betrayal from the heart of Greek mythology. Now turning to the legendary tale of the Trojan Horse, we uncover a story of deception so brilliant that it has echoed through the ages as a symbol of cunning strategy and ultimate betrayal. According to ancient Greek mythology, the fall of Troy was orchestrated not through sheer force, but by the clever mind of Odysseus. After a decade of siege, the Greeks devised a plan to infiltrate the seemingly impenetrable city of Troy. They constructed a massive wooden horse hollowed out to conceal a select group of their warriors. Pretending it was a gift to honor the gods and a token of their surrender, the Greeks left the horse at the gates of Troy and appeared to sail away, seemingly ending the war. The Trojans, interpreting the act as a sign of victory, brought the horse inside their city walls despite warnings from figures like Cassandra, whose prophecies were tragically ignored. That night, as the city of Troy celebrated what they believed was their triumph, the Greek soldiers hidden inside the horse emerged, opened the gates for the returning army, and unleashed devastation upon the sleeping city. Troy fell, marking the end of one of the most renowned conflicts in ancient literature. Beyond its gripping narrative, the Trojan horse serves as a powerful metaphor that has transcended time. It represents the dangers of misplaced trust, the consequences of ignoring warnings, and the idea that appearances can be deceiving. In history and literature, the term Trojan horse has come to signify any strategy of infiltration or hidden threat, a concept that resonates in contexts ranging from warfare to modern cybersecurity. The story's enduring allure lies not only in its dramatic climax, but also in its exploration of human nature, how hubris, overconfidence, and a failure to heed cautionary voices can lead to downfall. Immortalized by Homer in the Odyssey and later elaborated upon by Virgil in the Aeneid, the tale of the Trojan horse continues to inspire countless adaptations from art and theater to modern storytelling. As the account of Troy's demise concludes, we march forward to the next myth, the awe-inspiring Norse concept of Valhalla, a realm of honor and glory for fallen warriors. Now turning to the awe-inspiring Norse concept of Valhalla, we step into a realm of honor and eternal glory reserved for the bravest of warriors. In Viking belief, Valhalla was not merely an afterlife but a majestic hall presided over by Odin, the All-Father of the gods. It was said to be located in Asgard, a realm so divine that its splendor defied description. Only those who died heroically in battle were granted entry to this sacred place, their admission determined by the Valkyries, celestial maidens who chose the most valorous of the fallen. These chosen souls were known as the Einherjar, and their days in Valhalla were filled with feasting, camaraderie, and preparation for the ultimate battle at the end of time, Ragnarök. The significance of Valhalla in Viking culture cannot be overstated. To the Norse people, valor in combat was not just a way to achieve earthly prestige, but a means of securing an honored place in the afterlife. This belief deeply influenced their social structures and warrior ethos, embedding the idea that a life lived with courage and purpose would find eternal reward. Those who reached Valhalla were believed to spend their days training for the final conflict, where they would fight alongside the gods in a cosmic struggle to determine the fate of the universe. Such a vision of the afterlife reflects the Vikings' unyielding spirit, their reverence for strength, and their acceptance of life's impermanence. Beyond the battlefield, Valhalla also served as a source of comfort and inspiration, embodying the highest ideals of the society it came from. It provided a sense of continuity, suggesting that the bonds of kinship and loyalty extended beyond mortal existence. Rituals, sagas, and poetry often celebrated the idea of Valhalla, keeping its imagery alive and enshrined in Viking culture. Even in modern times, Valhalla continues to captivate the imagination, symbolizing themes of bravery, sacrifice, and the pursuit of eternal honor. As we leave behind the grand door of Valhalla and its fearless warriors, our path now leads us to a profoundly different yet equally haunting belief: the Buddhist concept of hungry ghosts, spirits tormented by insatiable desires and unfulfilled yearnings. Now turning to the haunting Buddhist concept of hungry ghosts, we delve into a realm of spiritual torment and endless longing. Known as preta in Sanskrit, hungry ghosts are depicted as gaunt, pitiable figures with swollen bellies and throats so tiny that they can never satisfy their insatiable hunger and thirst. These beings are believed to arise from lives consumed by greed, envy, or selfishness, their unfulfilled desires following them into the afterlife as karmic punishment. They are cursed to wander the earthly realm, desperately searching for sustenance yet unable to find relief, a poignant reminder of the consequences of unchecked cravings and attachments. Symbolically, hungry ghosts represent the destructive nature of desire and the suffering it brings when left unchecked. In Buddhist teachings, they serve as a cautionary tale, illustrating how clinging to material possessions, power, or personal gratification can lead to spiritual stagnation and endless dissatisfaction. Their existence is not just a tale of punishment, but a profound metaphor for the human condition, a reflection of how desires, when left unmoderated, can dominate our lives and leave us perpetually unfulfilled. In Buddhist rituals, hungry ghosts are not merely feared but also shown compassion. Many traditions include ceremonies like the Ghost Festival, where offerings of food, drink, and prayers are made to alleviate their suffering and guide them toward a better rebirth. These rituals emphasize the importance of generosity, empathy, and the interconnectedness of all beings. By remembering the plight of hungry ghosts, practitioners are reminded of their own spiritual journey and the importance of cultivating detachment and mindfulness. Even beyond religious contexts, the concept of hungry ghosts resonates deeply as a psychological and societal allegory. In modern discussions, they symbolize addiction, consumerism, and the relentless pursuit of things that cannot truly fulfill us. This enduring relevance makes their story not only a potent spiritual lesson, but also a mirror that reflects humanity's ongoing struggles with desire and contentment. As we leave behind the sorrowful lament of hungry ghosts, we now move toward a luminous and magical figure of Slavic folklore, the Firebird, a radiant creature entwined with mystery, quests, and enchantments. Now turning to the enchanting Slavic myth of the Firebird, we find ourselves amidst a tale of brilliance and mystique. The Firebird is described as a magnificent creature with glowing feathers that shimmer like embers, radiating a golden red light so vivid that it illuminates the darkness. A symbol of both wonder and challenge, this mythical bird has long been associated with quests, trials, and the pursuit of extraordinary treasures in Russian folklore. Many stories feature the firebird as a prize sought by heroes, its capture promising immense fortune or favor, but only to those willing to face unimaginable tests of courage, wit, and determination. One of the most famous tales involving the firebird is the story of Prince Ivan, who is tasked with finding the bird after discovering one of its radiant feathers. The journey leads him through encounters with magical creatures, enchanted kingdoms, and puzzles that test not only his bravery but his moral integrity. Often, the firebird itself serves as both a blessing and a curse, offering beauty and wonder but also entangling the seeker in perilous challenges, highlighting the duality of striving for greatness, how ambition and greed can lead to both triumph and turmoil. Beyond its narrative enchantment, the firebird also holds profound symbolic meaning. It is a representation of renewal, light, and the pursuit of the unattainable. Its iridescent feathers are sometimes seen as a metaphor for enlightenment or the eternal spark of creativity, embodying the idea that true worth often lies in the journey rather than the destination. The firebird's image has permeated Russian art, music, and literature, inspiring countless works, including Igor Stravinsky's renowned ballet score, which brings the myth to life through evocative melodies that capture its magical essence. Through its cultural and artistic significance, the firebird continues to be celebrated as a symbol of inspiration and the enduring allure of the extraordinary. It reminds us of the beauty that lies in the unknown and the resilience required to chase our dreams, even when faced with overwhelming odds. With the glow of the firebird fading into the distance, we now delve into the chilling tale of Medusa, the Gorgon whose gaze could turn men to stone and whose tragic story continues to fascinate through the ages. Now turning to the haunting tale of Medusa, we find ourselves steeped in one of Greek mythology's most infamous and tragic myths. Medusa, once a beautiful maiden, is best known for her fearsome transformation into a Gorgon, a creature with snakes for hair and a gaze so terrifying that it could turn anyone who met her eyes into stone. Her story begins with beauty and grace, but her fate takes a dark turn after an encounter with the god Poseidon in the temple of Athena. Enraged by this desecration, Athena punishes Medusa by stripping her of her beauty, cursing her with her monstrous appearance and the deadly ability to petrify those who look upon her. This transformation made Medusa both a figure of terror and a symbol of injustice. While she is often portrayed as a villain in ancient art and literature, her story has also been reinterpreted as one of victimhood and resilience, reflecting themes of betrayal, punishment, and the consequences of divine wrath. Medusa's life as a Gorgon is marked by isolation and fear, yet she becomes a pivotal figure in the myth of Perseus, the hero who is tasked with defeating her. Armed with tools gifted by the gods and avoiding her gaze by using a polished shield as a mirror, Perseus beheads Medusa in a moment of cunning and bravery, later using her severed head as a weapon due to its lingering petrifying power. However, Medusa's death is not merely an end but the beginning of something extraordinary. From her blood springs the winged horse Pegasus and the warrior Chrysaor, symbols of hope and renewal born out of her tragic demise. This duality of destruction and creation has made Medusa an enduring figure in mythology, embodying both the fear of the unknown and the possibility of transformation. Her image has been used as a talisman against evil, a representation of power and rage, and a cautionary tale about crossing the boundaries between the mortal and the divine. The cultural impact of Medusa extends far beyond her mythological origins. Her likeness has appeared in countless works of art, from ancient pottery to Renaissance paintings, and even in modern fashion and literature. She is a figure who continues to evoke fascination, whether as a monster to be feared, a misunderstood victim, or a symbol of feminine power and defiance. Medusa's gaze may petrify, but her story compels us to examine the complexities of justice, beauty, and transformation, reminding us that even in tragedy, there can be profound meaning and unexpected creation. As we leave behind the chilling stare of Medusa, we now journey into the mystical realm of the Hopi Kachinas, spirit beings of immense cultural and spiritual significance. Now turning to the mystical world of the Hopi Kachinas, we uncover a deeply spiritual aspect of the culture of the Hopi people, who regard these spirit beings as manifestations of natural forces and ancestral guides. Kachinas are not merely supernatural figures but play a pivotal role in connecting the physical and spiritual worlds. They are believed to embody everything from clouds, rain, and the sun to animals, plants, and even virtues like harmony and strength, offering a sacred link between humanity and the universe's natural balance. In Hopi tradition, Kachinas hold immense significance in ceremonies, especially those conducted to ensure rainfall, agricultural fertility, and communal well-being. These ceremonies are vibrant and profound, involving masked and costumed dancers who represent the Kachinas themselves, inviting the spirits to bestow blessings upon the land and its people. These rituals are not only acts of reverence but also a means of preserving the cultural identity and teachings passed down through generations. Each intricate mask and costume carries a unique meaning, representing specific Kachinas and the forces they embody, making every ceremonial performance a powerful visual and spiritual experience. The storytelling surrounding Kachinas is equally important, serving as a way to impart wisdom, moral lessons, and cultural values to both children and adults. Through these stories, the Hopi learn about their relationship with the natural world, the importance of balance and respect, and the cyclical nature of life. Kachinas are seen as benevolent but also just, reminding the Hopi people of their responsibilities to their community and the environment. This dual role of teaching and guidance ensures that the Kachinas remain a central figure in the Hopi way of life, blending the sacred with the practical in a seamless harmony. Beyond their role in ceremonies and stories, Kachinas have also become a form of artistic expression. The intricately carved Kachina dolls, traditionally made by Hopi artisans, are not merely decorative but are used to teach children about the various Kachinas and their meanings. These carvings are a testament to the enduring reverence for these spirits and their place in Hopi culture. They also highlight the incredible craftsmanship and symbolism of the Hopi people, preserving their traditions in tangible, beautiful forms. The Hopi Kachinas remind us of the profound ways in which myths and legends can bridge the human and natural worlds, offering insights that resonate far beyond their cultural origins. As we leave the sacred presence of the Kachinas, our journey continues to the awe-inspiring tale of the white buffalo, another symbol of hope and spiritual power deeply rooted in Native American traditions. Now turning to the legend of the white buffalo, we find ourselves immersed in one of the most sacred symbols in Native American culture. Revered by many tribes, particularly the Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota peoples, the white buffalo represents hope, renewal, and profound spiritual connection. The story of the white buffalo calf woman, who is said to have brought the sacred pipe to the Lakota people, forms the foundation of this enduring symbol. According to the legend, she appeared during a time of despair, teaching the people sacred rituals and offering guidance in living harmoniously with the earth and each other. The birth of a white buffalo is considered an extraordinarily rare event, often seen as a divine message or an omen of significant change. It is believed to herald a time of abundance, peace, and spiritual awakening. This sacred creature embodies the interconnectedness of all life, urging people to honor their responsibilities toward the land, the animals, and their fellow human beings. The white buffalo serves as a reminder of the deep spiritual bond between humanity and nature, a bond that calls for respect, gratitude, and balance. Ceremonies and prayers surrounding the white buffalo are deeply meaningful, involving songs, dances, and rituals that reflect the community's gratitude for this sacred sign. These practices are not only acts of reverence but also a way to reaffirm the teachings of the white buffalo calf woman, keeping her wisdom alive and relevant for future generations. The symbolism of the white buffalo extends beyond its physical rarity. It is a beacon of unity and hope, reminding people of their shared roots and the sacred responsibility to protect and cherish the natural world. The legend of the white buffalo illustrates the powerful role of myths in fostering spiritual strength and guiding moral values. As we reflect on its profound message, we prepare to journey to yet another ancient tale. The Rainbow Serpent, a mythical being from Aboriginal Australian traditions that embodies creation and the flow of life itself. Now turning to the Rainbow Serpent, we delve into one of the most profound and enduring myths from Aboriginal Australian traditions. The Rainbow Serpent is revered as a creator figure, a protector of water, and a symbol of life's eternal cycle. This mythical being is said to have shaped the land during the Dreamtime, the Aboriginal understanding of the world's creation. As it moved across the barren earth, the Rainbow Serpent carved out rivers, mountains, and valleys, bringing water and fertility to the land. These life-giving acts made the Rainbow Serpent a central figure in Aboriginal stories, embodying the balance between creation and destruction, sustenance and power. In many variations of the legend, the Rainbow Serpent is depicted as a majestic, serpent-like figure with iridescent scales that shimmer like a rainbow, a reflection of its close connection to water and the elements. It is believed to reside in billabongs, rivers, and underground springs, safeguarding these vital resources while serving as a reminder of their sacred importance. Aboriginal communities view water not just as a necessity for survival but as a spiritual force, essential to the health and harmony of all living things, and the Rainbow Serpent personifies this critical belief. Beyond its role as a creator, the Rainbow Serpent also serves as a lawgiver and a keeper of balance. In many stories, it rewards those who respect the land and its resources while punishing those who act selfishly or harmfully, reinforcing the moral lessons central to Aboriginal cultures. This duality reflects the delicate equilibrium required to live in harmony with nature, a principle deeply embedded in Aboriginal traditions. Ceremonies dedicated to the Rainbow Serpent are deeply spiritual and significant, often involving storytelling, song, and dance that honor its role in creation and its ongoing influence in maintaining the natural world. These rituals not only celebrate the Rainbow Serpent but also serve as a way to pass on the wisdom and values of the Dreamtime to new generations, ensuring that the connection to the land and its sacred stories remains unbroken. The Rainbow Serpent stands as a powerful reminder of humanity's reliance on and responsibility toward the natural world. It calls for respect, stewardship, and a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. Reflecting on this ancient myth, we are reminded of the timeless lessons it offers about balance, harmony, and renewal. As we leave the waters shaped by the Rainbow Serpent, we step into the shadows of Heimji Castle in Japan, where the ghostly samurai await to reveal the mysteries of their haunting tale. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we find ourselves amidst the ancient walls of Heimji Castle in Japan, a site as renowned for its majestic architecture as it is for its haunting legends. Among the most compelling tales are those of the ghostly samurai said to wander its corridors and courtyards, their restless spirits tied to stories of betrayal, honor, and vengeance. Heimji Castle, often referred to as the White Heron Castle, due to its pristine, bird-like appearance, has stood as a symbol of strength and beauty for centuries. Yet, beneath its grandeur lies a shadowy past filled with turmoil and tragedy, providing the perfect setting for tales of spectral warriors. One of the most enduring legends recounts the story of a samurai who was unjustly accused of treachery and met a violent end within the castle grounds. It is said that his spirit remains bound to the castle, unable to find peace, forever guarding the place where his honor was stripped away. Visitors and staff have reported eerie encounters, such as the sound of heavy footsteps echoing through empty hallways, armor clinking faintly in the dead of night, and fleeting glimpses of a ghostly figure clad in traditional samurai attire, disappearing around corners or behind walls. These sightings have fueled speculation that the lingering presence of the samurai serves as both a warning and a reminder of the castle's tumultuous history. The ghostly samurai of Heimji are also intertwined with Japan's cultural reverence for loyalty and justice. Their stories echo the code of Bushido, the samurai's way of life, emphasizing virtues like honor, duty, and courage even beyond death. For many, the idea of these spirits remaining in the castle symbolizes unresolved conflicts and the enduring weight of moral obligations, a poignant reminder of the personal sacrifices made during Japan's feudal era. Adding to the mystique are the whispered accounts of otherworldly experiences during quiet hours within the castle. Some speak of cold spots that chill to the bone, others of inexplicable feelings of being watched despite no one else being present. These phenomena, combined with the deeply emotional tales of loyalty and heartbreak, make Heimji Castle not only a historical marvel but also one of Japan's most captivating sights for those intrigued by the supernatural. Through these stories of spectral samurai and the echoes of their unfulfilled quests for justice, Heimji Castle offers more than just a window into Japan's past. It invites us to reflect on the human struggles that transcend time, reminding us of the sacrifices made for honor and the lingering power of unresolved emotions. As we leave the haunted halls of Heimji Castle, we close our journey through the 50 myths and legends with a reflection on the timeless allure of these stories, their ability to captivate our imagination, and the lessons they continue to teach us about the fears, hopes, and values of humanity across the ages. With the next phase of the journey in sight, let us step back and reflect on the power these myths and legends hold over our collective imagination. Each tale we've uncovered, from the chilling whispers of ghostly samurai in Japan's Heimji Castle to the haunting cries of La Llorona along rivers in Mexico, reveals more than just mysterious events or fantastical beings. They give us a window into the fears, hopes, and values of the people who told them. These stories, shaped by the cultures and eras from which they emerged, continue to resonate because they speak to something universal within us, a desire to understand the unknown, to find meaning in the inexplicable, and to connect with something greater than ourselves. Perhaps this is why myths and legends endure even in modern times, passed down through generations, told and retold in countless variations. They are not relics of a forgotten past but living narratives that continue to evolve, adapting to new contexts while retaining their core messages. They challenge us to question, to wonder, and to feel a sense of awe for the mysteries that remain unsolved. In exploring these tales, we are reminded of the timeless nature of human curiosity and creativity, as well as the enduring relevance of the themes they explore: love, betrayal, justice, courage, and the pursuit of truth. As we close this journey through 50 of history's most eerie myths and legends, we invite you to share the stories that have captivated you the most. Whether they are well known across the world or cherished within your own culture, your legends add to the rich tapestry of human storytelling. What myths have shaped your imagination? What legends have been passed down in your family or community? Let us know in the comments below. And if this exploration of the mysterious and the supernatural has left you wanting more, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for even more journeys into history's enigmas. Hit the notification bell so you never miss another tale that stirs your curiosity and keeps you on the edge of your seat. Thank you for joining us on this adventure through the past, and we'll see you in the next video.